check, good. So I'm Max Duran, CWB Association Welding podcast. Today we have a really cool guest, Welding podcast.
The show is about to begin.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the CWB Association podcast. My name is Max Duran and I am here in beautiful Regina, Saskatchewan for this year's 2025 skills competitions. I got distracted by a passerby there, sorry. But this week what we're doing is we're going to be recording all the executive directors of all the provinces and territories, and we're going to be finding out all the amazing stuff happening within their teams. Right now we have Robin Lorway from Nova Scotia. Robin, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You know, we all love Nova Scotia. It's like everyone who's ever been to the Maritimes loves the Maritimes. You love being out there?
I love being out there. So I was born in Cape Breton and now live in Halifax. And yeah, it's such a beautiful part of the country to be in.
Now, for the Nova Scotia team, I was going to say Norway. For the Nova Scotia team, have any of them ever been out to the prairies before or Saskatchewan?
I mean, a couple have, but we even had first-time flyers with us.
Oh, wow.
Some of our coaches have never been on a plane before. So that's an incredible experience to offer them for the first time, which is really neat.
What's the size of your team? Who's all here?
We've got 41 competitors, and our team altogether is 72, including coaches and skills staff.
Wow, that's a big team.
It's a big team, yeah.
Like, I have seen the skills blow up in the Maritimes over the last decade. We were just at Skills Atlantic in New Brunswick, and it was huge. It was huge, you know, and we're seeing a big investment into the skilled trades in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Department of Education is fully behind us. The apprenticeship agency sees us as a great way to promote what they do. And I just feel as if people are starting to really realize that these are viable and excellent career options. And teachers know that they need to expose students to these careers.
Yeah, and we need them.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
One of the narratives that the Maritimes has always suffered from is the idea that you have to leave the Maritimes, go west, for example, to make money, to have great careers. And, you know, out in the West, myself here, we would have the influx of people from the Maritimes every spring for shutdown season. Now, I feel like that narrative is changing now.
100%. So I started at Skills 18 years ago.
Okay, wow.
And I have a vivid memory of a conversation with one of my coworkers out on her back deck saying, are we doing the right thing? I mean, we know so many people who go into trades, but then they have to go out west to work. And that's what it was like 18 years ago.
Yeah.
Now it seems to be just the opposite. People are able to find jobs at home. Nova Scotia, the population is booming. There are cranes all over Halifax. Every direction you look, you see cranes.
Yeah.
So obviously we are...
Construction's there, yeah.
And you would hear about it when I started 18 years ago. Oh, there's going to be a trade shortage. It's going to happen. And now it's here. The reality is there. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I love that growth. I love that, seeing that idea of not only reshoring your own employee base, right, and saying, you know, you can grow up in Nova Scotia and study here. You have great programs. NSCC is an amazing college. You got lots of smaller training providers. And then you get to stay in your area to work, whether it's on the shipbuilding or construction or manufacturing. I say I would even take that one step further, is that now people outside of the Maritimes are looking at, you know, Nova Scotia and saying, maybe I'll leave where I'm at to go there, because it is still reasonable living expenses, the wages are good, and it's beautiful.
Exactly.
Right?
And I think during COVID especially, a lot of people decided to come back home. They wanted to be closer to their families. They saw that was something that was missing in their lives. And so many people moved back home, and I think that really helped with the population growth.
Yeah.
My neighbor across the street is a contractor, and he was living in Ontario, and it was always his idea when he could. He was going to move back home. He took his wife from Ontario, planted her in Nova Scotia, and now they're living like the ideal life that he always dreamed of.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I love to hear that. Well, and it creates a bar for these young tradespeople to be like, something to aim for of that idyllic life where you work hard, you invest in your community, and then you get to reap the rewards of your investment in your community.
Exactly. And I think that in my perspective, like in Nova Scotia, families are so important to us. So to be able to have that proximity to grandparents, to cousins, aunts, uncles, it's a good benefit to living in Nova Scotia.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about your journey into skills. 18 years, you said. How did you get into skills, or how did skills nab you?
How did they nab me? I was working somewhere and I was absolutely miserable.
Yeah, what were you doing?
So I just
what type of work?
I was doing public relations. I'd graduated from the public relations program at NSCC, and I was working in a place where I just felt unseen. That's
the worst.
It was awful. And a friend of mine knew this, and he said, he worked in the same office. He worked for the apprenticeship agency, which we were based in at the time. And he said, I know this organization and they're hiring. It's a great group of people. You should put in an application. And I did, and I got the job. And since, I think when you work somewhere that's just not your vibe, when you finally find a place where you are seen, where you are heard, where you are welcome, where your opinion actually matters, then like I'm a skills for life, pretty much.
Yeah, you can come out of your cocoon and you can grow yourself.
Yeah, my ideas actually matter. Like I feel like I can come up with a lot of creative things, and to have someone actually hear them and welcome them made me feel
and grow on them. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And be able to do something about them. Now, 18 years ago, you've seen the rise and crest of many different, I guess, trades waves, right? Things go up and down in the trades world. They ebb and flow. Skills like that also ebbs and flows. What changes or what evolutions have you seen in your 18 years within skills at Nova Scotia?
Our organization has grown substantially in 18 years. Yeah. I think when you have, like, as I was saying before, when you have a team that feels like they can share their ideas, like we welcome,
collaborate,
exactly,
innovate,
innovation. I think that's it. We have it, and they love their job, and so they come up with all these great things that we could be doing with youth, and from that we pitch new programs to partners, to the provincial government, and then people say, "Oh my gosh, Skills is this is the organization that's doing it well."
Yeah.
They understand youth. We are really respected within the school system, and they open their doors to us and let us come in and, speak about careers. They know that we are fun. They know that we are interactive. They know that we're engaging. So they want us in their schools. They know that we are the organization that works well with youth, promoting skilled trades. So we just have people coming to us saying, do you think you would be interested in maybe doing this program? Or we're doing summer camps this year for the second time, which is really quite fun.
Yeah.
And we're doing that in partnership with the Nova Scotia Apprenticeship Agency and Nova Scotia Community College. And they came to us because they knew, yes, they offer the training that is needed in the summer camps, but we're the ones that make it fun.
Yeah, and all the supports and the wraparounds that go with it, too.
Yeah, exactly.
But, everyone's safe and happy and enjoying their time, right?
Yeah.
Now, Nova Scotia has grown in their programming tons. I know the Canadian Welding Bureau, we've invested into a number of programs in Nova Scotia. We helped build the welding trailer with NSCC.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of funding going on. But I think the narrative has changed where before Skills was kind of beating on the doors of the teachers to say, let us in. And now it's the other way around where the teachers are coming to Skills and saying, come on in, right?
Yeah, so we have a in-class presentation initiative that we do where we have someone who travels across the schools of Nova Scotia, and the demand for it became so high that we had to say, wait a second, we can't reach everyone.
We don't have enough people.
So now we're just doing grade 10s, and we have another program that's just for grade 9s. And the amount of people that want to come to see our provincial skills competition, we had like 1,000 people come to each of our events this year, which was
that's amazing.
And we didn't have to push for it. We had to say at the end, actually, we don't have any more room. We're maxed out. So that's a nice problem to have.
That's amazing. Now, do you feel like it's a trades forward province? Do you think that they've gotten I feel like I don't think Saskatchewan's there right now. I mean, we are such a trades reliant province, but it's still, the narrative is university, the narrative is the academic or academia. Do you feel like the narrative is kind of more reasonably now spread out?
I think that we have some really good champions in the schools right now.
Yeah.
We have a wonderful options and opportunities program in the schools where students get to try out different careers, and it's almost like a co-op program too. They get to actually like go and experience what it's like working in different careers, and I think that that's really opened a lot of eyes. I do think. I mean, we are a very university heavy province. We've got
And
Dalhousie,
you got
St.
great
Mary's, Mount St.
universities.
Vincent,
Yeah,
Acadia.
yeah.
So yeah, there's still, I mean, university is still often what is promoted in schools,
Yeah.
but I think it is changing for the
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, for yourself coming into skills as an ED from a non-skills or a non-trades background, what was it like to get into this role and have to learn this part of the industry, like the terminology, the language, the acronyms, all the...
I'm still learning. It's been a while and I'm still learning. So
there's a lot. Like the
there's-
learning curve must have been heavy.
Yeah, so I started out as the competition coordinator, the provincial competition coordinator, and I've had various roles throughout. But honestly, the volunteers that we work with are so amazing and understanding and just offer to help in any way they can.
Yeah.
So I've definitely had an education over the
Yeah.
last 18 years.
I just had a memory of the rain of what year was that?
Well, that was just 2 years ago.
The when they were like everything was flooding in
Yep.
Halifax.
That was 2 years
Was that
ago.
just 2 years ago?
Yeah, because we had the forest fires in Hammond's Plains first,
Yeah.
and then we had the flooding.
The,
Yeah.
the flooding.
Yeah.
And I remember like the excavators were like trying to pile sand to stop water from coming in, and that was, I mean, you can't predict the weather, but I still had a fantastic time.
Oh, yeah. Good,
Yeah.
good. Yeah. My house is at the top of a very tall hill, and our gravel driveway was completely ruined, and we were
Just
stuck
gone.
at the top of the hill for a couple days. Yeah.
But I mean, that's the fun of skills, right? Like you do these events across the country, you pick different locations to try to showcase different areas. I absolutely love going anywhere.
Oh, you're talking about the flooding during the Skills Canada National
That's
competition.
what I'm talking
okay.
about.
We also had really bad floods in Nova Scotia 2 years ago. But yes, when the national
It was
competition,
during the national
2019. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I felt like it was longer ago. Yeah. That was madness.
Yeah.
If everyone's running around.
I was off on maternity leave, so
Were you?
I escaped it
so
all.
It wasn't your fault.
No.
You didn't have anything to do with the rain.
Nothing at all.
I remember we still talk about that because you know what? It was like a great example of the community getting together to make it happen, because it was like, I remember the excavator students all ran out and got dirt from the landscaper students to try to block the water. And I was like, you know what? If you're going to have a disaster, we're in the best group of people to have a disaster.
Exactly. You've got all the experts right there.
Like, we'll have power, we'll have water, we'll have food. We're good for months here, guys.
Yeah, and I will say it doesn't only happen in Nova Scotia, because I went to a competition in France a couple of years ago and the same thing happened.
Flooded right out.
Yeah.
Well, here in Regina in the summer, you'd be hard pressed to find a rain cloud.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed, we don't really get clouds
Yeah,
here.
I've noticed that.
Yeah,
Beautiful
it's a
sky.
thing. Yeah, it's a thing. I know that a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, does it rain?" It's like maybe in May
Yeah.
for a bit.
Yeah. Coming from the East Coast, the dryness here is
It's
quite
dry.
noticeable.
Yeah. Is your eyes burning much?
Yep.
Yeah,
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when I go out east, my hair is this big.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But my sinuses are fantastic.
Yeah.
There's
That's
a lot of
saltwater
pollen
air.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, in terms of your 18 years as well, what kind of new programming and what kind of new stuff have you brought into the skills group?
Well, not me necessarily, but as an organization, one of the things that we're most proud of is our Ab Olympics competition. So Ab Olympics is an international movement, Olympics of abilities. That's kind of where the word comes from.
Right.
And it's a skills competition specifically for persons with disabilities. So we are the only province right now to host Ab Olympics competitions. We've taken several teams to represent Canada to the International Ab Olympics. So I took a team to Korea in 2011.
Oh, awesome.
I've taken 2 separate teams to France to compete. And we also participated in the Finnish national competition. We had a cooking team compete there. So we're the only province that really offers
So why
that.
is it not involved in like kind of
We're trying.
like across the provinces?
We're trying to spread it out. It's a new initiative. It's quite
Yeah.
costly to bring in. And I think, as much like this Skills Canada has done really well at becoming a bit more accessible, the national competition itself over the years, but wrapping your head around doing a competition specifically for people with
truly
disabilities
accessible,
and what everything that entails it's a huge endeavor. And like the next international Olympics is in 2027 in Finland, and we're really hoping that we get more participation from across the country.
Well, reach out, let us know, because that sounds like something right in our wheelhouse. Because when we look at the trades at the Canadian Welding Bureau and we look at the steel, industries, we realize that the numbers just aren't there. Like, I mean, and I was at the CAF conference last week, and there was a presenter talking about we've been discussing this impending retirement runoff that's going to be happening right away, and they said, well, according to Stats Canada, it started. There's not like, oh, the retirements are coming. Apparently, the trades retirements doubled from 2024 to 2025.
Wow.
So it's coming. Like, it's now.
Well, several volunteers in our team are telling me 2 years, 2 more years, and we're done.
Yeah, so here
I
we
see
go.
it,
Like, it's go time now. Meanwhile, on the other hand, you have industries that are like, I got 300 job openings, 200 job openings, and it's like, okay, if we're being honest with ourselves and we want to fill all these jobs, we need to be open. We need to get women. We need to get people of color. We need to get Indigenous. We need to get neurodivergent. We need to get differently abled. We need them all.
Yeah, so
we need everybody. Right?
We had a competitor in France with us a couple of years, 2 years ago now, I believe, and she, female, welder, neurodiverse. So, like, that's exactly who you're talking
about. That's
right
what we
there.
need, right? And those are the people that are going to open the doors for others too. Because at the end of the day, if you can't be what you don't see, right? And even for myself, I've been in the steel trades over 30 years. I've never had a boss who's a woman. Ever. I've never had a boss who's Indigenous, ever.
Yeah.
And I've never had a boss who's a person of color at all. So it's like, okay, well, how do you start pushing this out? You need to not only find and support the people that represent these groups, but also elevate them. They need to get into those foreman jobs, those supervisor jobs, right?
Or come compete in a skills competition so that people can see, the young people can see when they're touring
exactly
through.
What's
reflected.
Wonderful.
I've seen, or I talked to someone, I forget what contest area or skill area it was, but saying, it was bricklaying actually. One of the NTC is a female. So our competitor was like, it was so cool to see a female bricklayer at this level. And apparently she's got the NTC member has like several red seals.
Oh, awesome.
So she's like multi-talented and maybe even a master's. Like this is a role model.
Yeah.
And so that's the type of person that we need to be showing everyone.
Showcasing everyone.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, how can we do that better? My organization, your organization, all our organizations, how can we take those gems and just put them up on a pedestal, I guess, or I don't know, like glamorize that somehow?
I think you could do it. Have them on your podcast.
Well, I do. Send me their names.
I
do. This is part of why we started the podcast, is trying to find as many social media channels to promote. And we only do lifestyles here. I'm not pitching product. That's not our game. I have a whole nother part of the company that's their job.
Yeah.
My job here is just to, people just want to hear, like if someone's listening and says, I want to be an ED.
Yeah.
They can see you and be like, this is an opportunity, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think like social media is so crowded with there's so much information right now. So figuring out, I think this skills competition is a great way to do that, because when people are walking around and seeing people like them represented, especially, I mean, it's a lot of young people that are touring through here, to see people their own age that are out there
peers,
excelling. And I mean, it's incredible what they do at the competition, these competitors. It's really impressive to see. And I think that they really are inspiring to
and everyone
people
that's here is getting those top jobs.
Yeah.
Like everyone here is going to be able to fulfill what they wish they want. You know what I mean? And that's such a freedom.
What I find really interesting is I was talking to someone from the community college the other day, and I kind of reflected on how many of our Team Nova Scotia alumni are now teaching at the college.
Yeah.
And I said, you know why they're doing that? It's because our competitors are the ones that don't want to stop learning. They
Yeah.
always want to be getting better,
Lifelong, yeah.
and they want to share. They want to be those mentors. So
Yeah.
I think like really the teams and the competitors that are competing at this competition are really like the stars of our future.
Yeah, and it came up earlier with another interview about the cyclical nature of the trades and how skills fits within that, because you can find these kids, support them, get them competing, what win or lose, whatever they compete, and it elevates them. Then they wish to give back because then they're given into, and then they end up in mentorship positions,
Yeah.
teachers, back in skills. And then, then they're the NTC 10 years later.
Exactly.
And it just becomes this cycle of support from like cradle to grave.
Yep.
Not just get you in, but we're going to be around until you retire.
Exactly. So like, the coaches that we brought with us who are now becoming NTC, who were my competitors when I started 18 years ago.
Yeah.
It's really great to see that happen.
I was hoping to see Tony Rose out here, but
no.
he's retired now.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes me mad.
Yeah.
Like one of my best buddies.
Yeah?
Every Skills we hang out.
Okay.
Every Skills. When it was in Winnipeg, we ran out to go to see Metallica together.
Oh, cool.
Tony, if you listen to this, I'm spilling the beans. But you're retired, you can't get in trouble now. So, it's fantastic. Now, let's take another lens at this. Okay, you're a spectator now. You're at Skills Regina. You did your walkthrough. You've seen it all. Which are your top 3 trades that you like to spectate?
I love cooking because I love food. I love to eat. I love the presentation of the food. Although I must say, yesterday I was watching our high school competitor. She had 5 minutes to present a plate. I had to walk away because
so stressful.
It is so stressful to see. And yeah, I'm a bit more of a really creative person, so seeing things like hairstyling come together, that's really
the beauty of
really
it.
great for me to see. And then I mean, I can see right now the heavy equipment, to see those big machines and how they operate, and
they can be so graceful and
they're like I always think of them like dinosaurs.
Yeah,
they
like
look like
extensive.
dinosaurs. I have a 4-year-old son, so I watch them quite a bit. and yeah, they are really graceful machines.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Like especially when you got a skilled operator.
Yeah,
I've seen them run by not skilled operators, not
that would
graceful,
make a difference.
not graceful. That's awesome. And and in terms of getting around and seeing all the people and seeing the support here, how do you not get energized? How does it not refill that tank, right?
It happens every year. And I think it's really important that we I bring my staff with me to these events, as many as we can, because it fills their cup too. It makes them realize we work hard in our office.
Yeah.
And when we come here, we see why and how it pays off.
Yeah. And you see it for generations to come. Like, especially if you got new staff, they might not sense yet the implication of the depth of connection that you create.
Yeah. I think they catch that, because as we're walking through the halls with them, I'm stopping and talking to so many people, because I've met so many people since I've been here, and great friendships are formed, and
you look forward to seeing that person once a year.
We always say, welcome to the Skills family, because it really does feel like a family.
That's awesome. All right, last couple questions here for you. If knowing what you know of the trades now, and if you went back in time, you're young, coming out of high school, but you know about all these fantastic opportunities, which trade would you pick to start over in?
Well, in high school, I don't know if I would make the same decision, but if I was doing it now, I think cabinet making is beautiful.
Yeah.
One of our past cabinet makers, he has his own shop in his house now, and what he can do just blows my mind. And I mean, not fastening with like nails, and like how he makes things, the joinery of it all.
Like
it's
the dovetails, it all just comes together.
I really think what he does is so beautiful, and to have that talent, it's creativity, but it's also
Still tactile and
exactly,
tools.
yeah. So I think cabinet making would be my choice.
So now you know this is the retirement gig. You got it.
Oh gosh, I don't think I'm
Robin's
not quite that
cabinets.
skilled.
They're all just kind of whatever, but you're learning.
Exactly.
You can get your previous competitors. to come
Robin's
on.
Crooked Kitchen. Come and see it. Yeah.
Robin's Crooked Kitchen. I love it. Nothing closes properly, but it looks pretty.
Yeah.
Good color schemes.
Maybe.
Great handles.
I hope.
And then for the last question, you got to pump your group up, right? Like a lot of the support that happens throughout Skills is maintaining the focus of the competitors because it can be overwhelming. How do you pump them up? How do you keep them positive and engaged throughout these 3-4 days of madness?
I think one of the key things to say is that they're already a winner being here. They've won a gold medal provincially. That says something about their skill and talent. If they may have hiccups when they come out here. Everyone's going to make mistakes. So letting them know that, you're focused on your mistakes, but what you didn't see is everything else that everyone's doing. Nobody is perfect.
Yeah, and everyone's nervous.
Yeah, and someone said the other day that, you're coming out here to compete, but really you're competing with yourself.
Yeah.
And you have to do the best that you can do and not really focus on what's happening elsewhere.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's good advice.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll keep their heads on and, hopefully we see some of them on the podium this week.
Yeah, we've got a great
morning.
team. Yeah, I hope so.
Your fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for being on the show today. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. And for all the people that have been following along with the executive directors interviews here at Skills Canada, check out all the episodes. We're going to have 13 in total. So if you stumbled into this one, make sure you listen to them all. And also, thank you for downloading, commenting, and sharing on the podcast. I'll catch you at the next one.
We hope you enjoyed the show.